Good evening. Hello. What? It's the final chirp of the day. The final chirp. The 18th of June, and it is late. 20 to 10. I've got something I want to say, something important. It's not so much interactive. Cut my eyes, I'm tired. Man's eyes are tired. Been on the go today. Mondays are a typically busy day. Catching up and yeah, just notifications, messages, emails, interaction. I've been on the website today. I've done some forum changes. I've made a few changes here and there. I've been in touch with quite a few men today, in one form or another. I have handwritten notes, only 1.5 pages, so don't worry. But this needs to be said. This needs to be. It's not just my words. I've taken this from some notes that I've made whilst I've been making, well, whilst I watch videos. Sometimes, because I watch so many videos, I have to make notes of sentences and bits that ring true from other videos, or from bits of law that I hear, I recognise, or phonics, or etymology, or language, or resonance, magnetics, religion. Lots of it. It's all connected, as most of you true tubers will know. So have you heard of a channel called Spirit Science? Possibly, maybe. Yeah, I'm not defending him, but I used to watch that back in the day. Back in there, I was watching Spirit Science, you know, learning about Merkabas and yeah, the actual mechanism behind the soul, the consciousness, you know, geometric shapes, lineage, pathways, energy. So I want to read this out, because what we're doing here with the trust technology and with the .com, the domain, the management, the interaction, the pro bono, mission pro bono, things like that, is you know, I want to get this out there. I want to put these notes out there, because I haven't done anything like this. In a minute, here's another bit. In a minute, we've got on the TV and in the newspaper, England are in a tournament in the World Cup being hosted by Russia. So we have England, and everybody, all the guys are in the pubs now, drinking the beer, chanting. Yeah, but they're not chanting for the United Kingdom, are they? What are they chanting for? They're chanting for England. So why does any man ever think, like, you know, the United Kingdom, England, Britain, all these names? It doesn't really matter, does it? But it's shoved right in millions of guys' faces, the fact that you're in a landmass called England, and when it comes to an international tournament, it's represented by the fixture of the title England, the same landmass as the United Kingdom. But is the landmass is the United Kingdom actually a landmass? I hear you screaming, no, David, it isn't. No, it isn't. So first of all, before I start this, I was trying to relax. I've had a very long day, and I needed to sign off, and I needed to let's put the mic closer. I needed to you know, just to sign off and let the fizz chill. And the issue I've got is, let's put it around here, then you'll hear me better. The issue that I've got is that yeah, I see this. I just flicking through the channels, and I saw England, and I was like, England, look at that. It suits them to call it England now, doesn't it? You know, it suits us to reference that, but why do we reference it of England? Well, why do we reference the United Kingdom as the United Kingdom? If any of these viewers or future viewers, you know, think of yourselves ever as being in the United Kingdom, no, that's where your person lives. So then I thought, my mind was going, I'm tired, and I thought, I need to write these words down, I need to get this note out, and I need to do this quite quick video. So with reference of that and Spirit Science and such things as, we may collectively now look at what we're doing. We are stabilising a new model of existence, a paradigm resonant with the integrity of the golden age and light. The recognisance and reconnection of woe-man, or womb-man, or man, and of our human biocircuitry through resonance and alchemical processes. When I say resonant, that encapsulates a lot. That doesn't mean phonics. It just means whatever resonates with you in your current capacity, self-governing state. Our remedy and solution is never found at the same level as the problem. Our remedies and deliverance from this duality are revealed within the universal holonomic, Holonomic, holonomic an interactive template model of transcendence that links alchemical, ceremony, sonic and phonic codes, sacred geometry, neurochemistry, and the endocrine system to DNA resurrection and the transformation of the morphogenic field. What? Yes, I know. That transcends the mutant mortal, that's what I'm talking here, paradigm, and reconnecting man and humanity to its mother planet, planet, to the holistic space-time continuum. Holistic space-time continuum, that's important. We are in, we would say, as of 2012 onwards, the age of Aquarius, the digital revolution, the age of such things as, we look at the zodiac and what's contained within the zodiac. It's not just a pretty collection of animals, based on the stars for no reason. It's a lot of people say a lot of things about this. It's truly fascinating, but nevertheless, the zodiac, you have Virgo, the Virgin. After that, you have Jesus, the fish, Pisces, Virgo, end of giving the age to Jesus, be giving birth, Jesus time, Pisces finishing 2012, Aquarius starting, the age of new, end of Babylon. What? Babylon, that's what I said, end of, that's right. So yeah, this is why we're talking about holistic space-time continuums. It does seem a bit weird, but it is relevant. We are having our consciousness risen now, and we're raising our vibrational consciousness, our interactiveness, what we comprehend. We're using platforms for the other intended uses, such as connectivity. We might all be communicating, but we're not actually all, talking. We might actually be here, but we might not be listening. You might be hearing, but you might not be listening. Yeah, I hear you babble, but I don't actually comprehend, and it's not hitting home. If we all got as passionate about this kind of stuff and what's going off and our sovereignty, our rights, allodial titles, property, such things as we did as the football and the World Cup, of which England, it's just farcical. I just sat there and I thought, wow, here we are again every 4 years and nothing's really changed. We're in a worse state than we've ever been. It's getting worse. We've had more horrific national scandals, such as towel blocks and, setting alight, to name a few. Since the last, every World Cup we could review what horrific issues had happened and what we've let pass. We should be embarrassed, let alone 10, 20, 50 years. So I'm digressing, but I'm explaining the holistic space-time continuum. Man and the human race, our mother planet and the solar system are right now in the throes of an evolutionary acceleration. As the stars and planets move through the grand crosses and the alignments. Got lots to read here. I'm going to go on actually and get some more references from Summit that are beginning, that are bringing this age to its grand finale. Yes, let's put that there because I'm going to need that momentarily. It's punctuated equilibrium. What we may perceive as a crisis is the darkness of a womb that will birth new life. The rotting fruit falls away and reveals a new seed, a digital seed, a seed of equity and trust. It is returned to man, a new form of technology from our history. The more we can comprehend and appreciate the progressive influences that are guiding us at this time of transitions, the more we can consciously implicate ourselves and benefit from the phenomenal opportunities that are available during a phase of culmination. I believe there is some more to that. Let me just finish it off. The phase of culmination. Then I'm going to read some of your comments. So, as we witness the deterioration with the economic, social and political structures, we can welcome and celebrate these signs of decay as the milestones of humanity's deliverance from a dualistic paradigm, embracing our collective responsibility to achieve a level of personal transformation that will impact the human morphogenic field, as transformation on the level of this matrix is vital to sustainable enlightenment and conscious evolution on a planetary scale. What? transcendence of duality is understood as the ultimate goal of the 21st century alchemist, or the 21st century sovereign. The new synthesis of science and spirituality recognizes matter and spirit to be one energy in different stages of manifestation, applicable to law, altering the way in which we perceive ourselves and reality, applicable to invisible laws, that we give life. Intrinsic to the theoretical base of this higher physics of creation is the recognition of the holographic nature of all manifestation. What? Yes. Through the embrace of this holonomic awareness, we can acknowledge and appreciate on ever-depending levels the symbiotic resonance that defines us as individual aspects of one unified divine body of consciousness. And that's what we're hidden here. Important. This holistic model has inspired us in an expanded awareness of our physical bodies. It also involves the geological shapes, geometrical shapes, and has influenced us to explore the changing patterns of our behavior, not by attempting to alter their obtuse manifestations, but by affecting the fountainhead from which they emerge. Yes, you see, it's quite deep, isn't it? It goes on for a while. I might put a link to the rest of it. Driven to gain mystery over our inner workings and to discover how we interact and co-create with our reality and law, instead of searching for the out-of-body experience in order to realize our spiritual identity. We are aware that our physical is the pinnacle of the manifestation of our divinity. Indeed it is. These guys who are committing suicide over debt. We are unborn, eternal and everlasting. Never was there a time when we did not exist. Never will there be a time when we cease to be. The masterpiece of human design is the sensory organ for planetary ascension. What? That's deep, isn't it? As Earth is the sensory organ for man's ascension. The physical vehicles we embody are the instruments through which we will transcend this fear-based reality and create, through the resurrection of our fulgenic potential, a new paradigm, a golden age of laws. In the words of Terence McKenna, the mind is more powerful than any particle accelerator, more sensitive than any radio receiver or the largest optical telescope, more complete in its grasp of information than any computer or processor. The human body, its voice, its power of locomotion and its imagination is a far more sufficient means for the exploration of any time or energy level in this universe. Through the alternative healing methods, we have become aware of our electromagnetic energy fields, Reiki man, yes, and the importance of our neurobiology and our biochemistry. Through this and the discoveries made in the area of genetics and epigenetics, we are becoming aware that our chemistry affects our consciousness. Our consciousness affects our chemistry. Taking this further, we are now making the connection between the mutant state of our DNA and the present global insanities of war, genocide, and endless human suffering. The atrocities are not the results of the confluence of degenerative circumstances. Neither are they culturally, economically, or politically engaged. Now they can be attributed to the truthless charge of the innate corruption of the human nature and its laws. This fear-based dualistic paradigm and its migrad and deviant programs can be traced to the modification of the human blueprint back through eons of history and the resultant visual audible feedback of our collective consciousness. Wow, the mirrors that did... Oh no, that's a different bit. Earth's position within the solar system at this time. Right, so stop there, that's enough. I'll put a link into that, but initially I wanted to open with that just to say that there are issues with the current understanding of a lot of things at the moment, and as we talk about with health and wealth, and such things as the geometrical shapes and the kymatics and neurochemistry, geometry, DNA, codes, laws, paradigms, guys killing themselves over money that doesn't actually exist, and then that's the issue that I'd like to raise at the minute. With the various issues that we've got to hand, and we have ways of counteracting that and learning about that. So I want to read your comments and see who's in, and then that's my important word said. Chill Star, yes I. Curtis, P900s, yes I. Brothers, Tommy, easy. I know you're across the pond, aren't you? So hello to the pond guys. The States, Curtis. Yo, Mr. G. No, Mr. Ben. Easy though. Yes, I. That was a random little bit of a catch for you, weren't it? I'm well tired as well. Man needs to say some words before bed because he forgets. Yes, I used to watch Spirit Science. Yeah, I used to as well. They're all right, weren't they? Quite, nice for late on at night and letting you into it gently. But I have my reservations about all of that. UK is a corporation. That's right. It is a corporation. It isn't a landmass. It's a common misconception. The United Kingdom is a landmass. It only exists on paper format only. It is not anything of which can be held tangibly ever. It's just strictly for commerce. I would argue that it is an amalgamation of all the cities, shires, counties, shires, districts, boroughs, cities, amalgamated into the trust. The United Kingdom Trust. We know what happens in there. Union Jack. So while we're all watching the, well, not all of us, but while man's now watching the box and drinking loads of beer and committing loads of, felonies and, getting into whatever it is, it's not a crime to be intoxicated. They sell it illegally, don't they? But as soon as you've had it, it's a crime to do, anything when you might be smelling of beer. So that's the trap they get you into there. And they go around shouting England. Insane, isn't it? Union Jack is the unification of the tribe of Jacob. Yes, Tommy, look at you go. Angela, evening. Mobius, continuum. Yes, I think evening, sister. It's called Christ consciousness. What's called Christ consciousness? Yeah, it's also called Krishna consciousness. From before that, if you go back to the Vedics, you'll find out it was called Krishna stud. So, you have Christ and you have Krishna and you have get to bedtime. You time is it? Excuse me, it's a school night. Let's go. I'm finishing this up and I need to tend. Easy. It comes round every eon, approximately 2,500 years. That's the ages. That's an age. So an age is approximately 2,500. Then you have an eon, don't you? Age and eon. So this is a zodiac measurement there, studs, I recognise. What are you reading from? One of many hundreds of videos that I've watched and some handmade notes there. So I just wanted to put that out and get some thoughts about how you see it, how you feel. It is impossible to assimilate a natural organic analog construction into a bastardized digital format. Waves versus block. Yeah, we have to start again. There has to be a transitional period. You can't just rip out something and start again. You have to implement something. So we've got groups and communities privately, like what we've done on the domain. We've got groups and communities on a public domain trying to be private, like on Facebook and other such interactive platforms and media platforms. We've got guys trying to be unique and stand out on Twitter, shouting and tweeting and retweeting. It's truly amazing, this system and how it all is. We recognise it's digital. We see it's going digital. That's why I can now later on in my life hold something that's as thin as God knows what. That a Mega Drive game was much bigger and fatter than that when I was a nipper, and that's what I was getting enjoyment and pleasure from and entertainment. Now digital media is thinner and smaller than a Mega Drive game and is more powerful than what a computer sent man to the moon. Sits in your pocket and it spies on you. Yeah, amazing. So yeah, we can sort it out. We are, but new order. It will be one, but maybe not the one that they was perhaps planning on. DNA parasites, digital chip parasite. Yes, Easy Pete, UK, PLC. Yes, that's true. Well done. Indeed, it is correct. It's easy to get you on beer to breach the Queen's peace. Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. So they sell it. Where is it? You get an outlet for beer on every street corner. It's not like you need to be, you just got to be over 21. Look, over the age of 25, actually, UK licenses. What is it? Stateside.
over 21, but you can have a gun and do something else before you're 21. It's just all insane. If you consent to that public statutory ruling, you know, this is what we're looking at this week. We're having an intensive look at ecclesiastical deed poll, claim of right, notice of intent, and evidence of life forms. Your evidence of life form in law, within the law system that we have in the United Kingdom, and from what we understand, runs in the colonised penal colonies, Commonwealth and international waters. Tommy Robinson over on stateside. You can have an evidence of law. You can have two witnesses in law, and they will make a fact. So two witnesses in law, sworn affidavit, statement of truth constitute a fact. That's fact. So if you would like to consider getting an evidence of life form and getting it notarized and putting maybe a type of photo on there that you've done yourself that doesn't conform to any particular size, it's just a photo of your head, a headshot, a bit like a passport one, but perhaps not use a passport photo, maybe use something of a different size and dimension. I don't know, just be creative. Put that on some card, you know, document, paper, scroll, whatever you want, really. Notice of a statement of truth and evidence of plain facts that whoever is displayed on that document, notice, card, scroll is actually who it is, and two witnesses would attest to that fact on that document. So we're going to look at which for England, again, United Kingdom, Anglo soil, Anglo earth. We're going to be looking at what members of state you would serve your claim of right and notices of intent to, how you would do that, what status and capacity you would do that, and if and when you should involve the Vatican and the monarch. This is not something we're doing, this is what we're exploring this week, and then we're going to be practicing at the end of the week these such things. So guys that want to look at allodial title and property claims, this will go in there. Anybody that wants to look at notice of intent, understanding and claim of right, that's all one document. Notice of intent, understanding and claim of right, that's one. You'd look at writing these autonomously with the pen, a certain colour pen, perhaps, maybe not black ink for a start, good quality paper, man, autonomously writing it out with your authority at the bottom with an autograph rather than a signature, because we're not operating in sign language here. See the Oxford Styles Manual for all that jazz with regards to capital styles, language, letters and language, your characters. So yeah, that'll be interesting to go through. This week we will be mostly studying notices of claims and evidences of life. Ecclesiastical deed poll, that's to do with your canons and what you might want to consider looking at affixing to a certain side of a document that might be the private side. And such things as. So it's been an interesting day for a Monday. I have rattled through a few hangout calls. I have chatted stateside to some brethrens over there. We have accomplished quite a lot. I haven't talked about anything mainstream yet. I haven't had chance. I have to focus on a Monday and get through what needs getting through. We're in a good place. We've got a lot of updates coming further on this week, and the promotions for the Sovereign Gathering that's coming through the .com. Also, the bookings and the consultations are going really well. I've yet to get confirmation about the possible talk in York for the 4th, which is looking pretty heavyweight, to be honest. What else are you guys saying? I have did that with red pen, declining statuses from schools for alleged absences. Links for the website you run, please, mate. Links? No. Please go to DuckDuckGo. Do a test for me. Type in Sovereign Paralegals. You should find there me, David Jeremita, Sovereign Paralegals. You'll find the Facebook, the website, everything like that, studs. I'd like you to see how we've done the search engine optimization, and anybody going forward that'd like to type Sovereign Paralegals into non-generic search engines, such as these ones that claim not to monitor you and blah, blah, blah. You can use whatever search engine you want, but just do a test and let me see how quickly you can find or how many links you find to the .com. Nice one. Have you checked the common law courts yet? As previously stated, the documents are being apparently... No, I haven't. No one's come forward. I've asked for, but I haven't gone through every single email account. I have got 8 accounts, so I'll do that tomorrow. When I get up, I'll intensively search and go through unread emails and look at the common law court. But if you see My other video that was done late at night about, oh wow, I don't know the name. It's a recent one. It's late at night, and that's got all the stuff in about the common law court. So I'm not going to repeat that. You'll have to go through the video list and go through. If you had seen that video, you'd know my opinion on that and the private public issues of the common law court. But we like it. We use it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you are learning now through myself, Richard Ansar, and other such speakers. And through our trust, that common law and equity run parallel side by side. They complement each. Equity will complement common law for certain types of issues and situations, things that are happening in an at law level. You can choose, but if you don't know it's there, you can never use it or utilize it and invoke it. That's the issue we've had. Declaration of life, yeah, evidence of life, declaration of life, yeah, evidence of, where are you? Are you Anglo, or are you across the waters anywhere? Your reading chat was of digital transition. Do not assimilate Borg Moth. No, we're not digital. We are digital. Look, we're on it now with my voice, everything. The signal's being digital. But yes, we understand. I grew up with Terminator stud, so yes. The anointed one. It's easy to get you on, but yeah, we've caught up there. Well done, excellent. Thank you, Studs. That was good. We are hangouts, Pete. Yes, we are hanging out. Yes, brother John. Easy. I got your website. You found it. See, did you like that? Search engine optimization. Thank you, Studs. Now then, Dave Barker. Easy. Yeah, it's just a quick update on something that's I have done one called A Message to All of Humankind that needs redoing, but that's similar to this with regards to corporations. But this is about the law, the invisible parameters of the law, the consciousness. There's more than a duality out there, in the universe. When you look at the quantum and the research and the workings and the speeches and the TED talks and the reality, the paradigm, the universe, the microcosm, the macrocosm, science in itself, the actual building blocks and glue that they are getting out of the tiny fragments when they're bombarding tiny bits of, atoms and electrons and fragments together. So, yeah, we recognise that there is not just a duality. There's more to life than yes and no, up and down, light and dark, right and wrong, boy and girl, as we find out. But the system, the legal system, guilty or not guilty? Well, no, we don't plea. There's a reason why we don't plea, in certain things. So it isn't as they want it. That's their system. We're in a different system, the brotherhood, the family, the extended family, and we have an unlimited potentiality, consciousness of what we like to dip into now and again and see what results we can get out of it. And when we immerse ourselves into that and we dip into it, it's amazing what results we can get as we're continuing to show. So we're not miracle workers and we're not magicians. We are using an old sacred art which has been hidden from us. When I was little in the 90s, I heard about it being called feng shui and the secret and stuff, but it's not so much a secret. It's just a doctrine. There's many doctrines, and you have a faith and an ethics system, morality code that you operate on, and yourself how that works. You balance that up in your own ways. We balance it. Organic law and law starting the formal constitution of a country. Organic law, and you've taken that from somewhere. The formal. Where is that from though? What publication is that from? Where's that quoted from, brother Jay? I've seen that. It was great. Yes, very inspirational and accurate chat, my good man. Studs, you are very well informed. I like it. Thank you. It's right back at you. Just put that on my wall out of dictionary. Yeah. I know, that's why I've just asked what one, John. Don't mean to go on, but what would happen if I point blank said no contracts to registration of my baby? No, you can go on. That's what we're here for. This is the point of it. What would you say? No registration. You would legally be your person would legally be liable for fines, forfeits, and penalties, fixtures, and so forth. But you just say that you lawfully object to the regular, or ask for disclosure. Say no. As with everything, what have we said? Conditionally accept. After conditional acceptance, you're in honour. Once you're in honour, now lay out the conditions of your acceptance. This is the way to do everything. Not everything. Back it up. Delete. This is the way to do quite a lot of things. To remain in honour legally, and then you put down in the conditions of your acceptance are thus. The conditions are, can I have full disclosure about the birth certificate? Can I have full disclosure about the CQV? Can I have full disclosure about the quasi-trust? Wow, look at that. And then you've remained in honour, you've got your notice, you set out your status and capacity, you are the authorised representative, and the authorised representative on behalf of Mr. All Caps, write it out, Barker, All Caps, and authorised agent. Then you would put the lowercase, signed, all rights reserved, none waived, all rights reserved, none waived, without ill will, vexation, frivolity, and malice. Let me think, there's something missing there, but I can't think. But that's good enough for now. I'm tired, man. My man's on mash up. Get me another day. But yeah, you don't ever. If you refuse anything, then that's it. You're legally in trouble. Lawfully, you're not so much in honour, or you ain't got clean hands. So you need to think about that as you. If you point blank, like if somebody refuses you, that's why we say what we say, and we hold them to that. Good Lord, I have got a really big headache, guys. Just put that, yeah. Children of the light. Yes, we are brilliant, studs. And I could do with a hangout. I like stuff like that. You can always, if you don't want to show your face on a hangout, I'm not saying to you, studs, to anybody, but you can just put the video off. When we have a hangout, you come in on the back office, kind of set up, the panel, and then we all have a chat and say hello, get the mic levels right, make sure everything's good, and then we go launch cast. So unless you're coming halfway through a chat, we can set all that up, say hello and whatnot, and then once you're ready, then you can close your camera off, and then the rest of YouTube never needs to see your boat race. So you're worried about anything, as I know guys are, with the things that you can do with the technology to now identify you, you would just never show your video, but then the audio again is there, isn't it? So now you need a voice distorter. But just thinking on, like, for guys that don't want to come on because of whatever, we have ways of keeping you private. Where do I go for the hangouts? Pete FM. What's going on here, Pete FM? What do you mean? Sorry, where'd you go for the hangout? We're not having one yet. If you want a hangout private, you can go to the .com and you can have a look on there and get information there about what we do and how we network and so forth. You can make a free account on the .com. It lasts for 24 hours. Pointing out, studs, 24 hours. There's a welcome forum that I've made. Go and have a look at the site, frequent it. Looking at the files and everything like that, and yeah, see what you think. Leave us a comment in the welcome forum, visitors forum, stuff like that. It's taken a lot of work. It's got a lot of intellectual property in there. The crown, the common is lawful. Yes, it is. But let's talk about in a common law court. I'm talking equity now. I want to talk about my equitable asset. I want to talk about my equity. I want to talk about remedy for the CQV now in a common law court. Have they got jurisdiction and authority to talk about the remedy for the CQV? Are they going to want for me to talk about remedy and what's happening and my maintenance that I'll require once I've got remedy for the 1666 CQV and the quasi-trust, and I've corrected relationships? Yeah, whoa, we're talking big talk now, aren't we? And we're looking at making an express trustee out of the judiciary, for that matter, under the 1911 Perjury Act, under threat of, and then I might have some private trust running as well there, stud. So while I've got private stuff going off and I'm about to bust some real big moves here, just underneath the canons, it's, I'm not getting out using any canon laws, but I'd be using in personam, and I'd be wanting to claim and lay claim in the capacity of private man and flesh and blood man. I, man, flesh and blood, I'm here and I require remedy. Now, we're going to get remedy, but that's not for a common law court. That judge, has got some authority, or equity is recognised and can be used in all courts. So this is the hook, line and clincher that we'll be talking about in August and expanding upon. And I don't mind repeating this bit because it's crucially important. Yes, equity and common law run parallel, side by side. So who can use equity? A corporation, public, fiction, entity, stuff like that can't. only certain capacity can invoke equity, and it's to do with certain parts, you know, and it also certain bits of law that might outweigh remedy-wise a common law remedy, and the fact that private and public don't mix, and property. When you're arguing a allodial title for something that's been stolen, you could do that in a common law court, and we could sort out all the harm, injury, loss, and the public law. We can sort out in a common law court, and the great other amount of issues that we have, legal issues. But for certain things, you would require the private, and the common law court isn't private because it only deals with public law and certain amounts of equity. And then when you get into it, you know, you would end up in some extreme cases collapsing the trust by talking about it and revealing it in public, and also in a court to a judge, anything like that. And with the public gallery behind you, you know, the public have got a right to be there. The claimant defendant's got a right to be there, but does the jurisdiction fit the environment? And if it doesn't, then you need to do something about it. That's all. Common law, natural law is brilliant and fine. Then you've got your trust and equity. Then you've got your UCC, Admiralty, UCC International Commercial. Then your Admiralty Maritime, you know, and your canons and everything. If I've repeated one, it's because I'm tired, but I haven't missed any out. That's the most important part about the common law versus the common law. So yeah, it is lawful. That's fine. Yeah, it is. I'll not argue that at all. One is fictional, one is real. Duality. Thanks, Dave. I need to stay in honour. We are noblemen. That's what we do, brother. We stay in honour. We are noble Anglo-Saxon noblemen, self-governing Anglo-Saxon noblemen. To be fair, you know, you are governed. You're not just running around haywire. You planned. You're calm. You're methodical. You're honourable. You use due diligence. You are, you know, you're fair. You're honest, and that's what you need to be. Honourable. That's what it's about. Clean hands, and in honour. That's Michael. I can't say that surname right, can I? It said no one has ever been fined for not registering kids. Exactly, Pete. That's right. If he said that, and you can quote that, I haven't got first-hand knowledge of that, but we'll take your word for that. Your word is your bond, brother. So, yeah, man, you're hitting it all now. Has anyone seen that article? Man dying did a deathbed confession and affidavit to admitting to killing Princess Dial. Wow. Well, anybody can say that though. Evening, Jonesy. Opus Stella, Roman Catholic organisation of laymen and priests, found in Spain, 1928, with the aim of re-establishing. Oh wow, yes, work of God. On orders of some royal, because what she knew. I heard. I can't talk about this in the public. We'll chat privately. I can't say what I'm going to say then. You said it, Pete Buck. If you refuse, they will likely give you a load of crap about how you will get a fine and won't be able to get blah blah blah. Yep, this is not true. You can get a passport. Yes, you can. I don't know how, but it's you do that this week. Claim of right, Curtis. Notice of intent. Ecclesiastical deed poll. Evidence of life on the .com. I've made a forum specially for this, and you can go and have a look for free now to see what I'm on about. And I'll put the seven proposed contacts for the state, monarchy, and affiliates that you would look at contacting, and then possibly then going to the Vatican after. But this is just for management and access and getting your remedy for the CQV, the quasi-trust, getting your maintenance for the monthly fee afterwards. Once you've got remedy for it all, you need to move on and go into the private from being under the assumptions and presumptions of the law and all of that farce that we've gone through over the last 170 videos. So you would then be in the private, you would be managed, you wouldn't be, you'd be totally different. And that passport, that's covered in there, whoever you was that I've forgotten the name of. Curtis. Yeah. So we're on this next 2 weeks. You're about to get an explosion of brilliant information and lawful, hopeful remedy for. I can't believe I'm saying it. The CQV, the quasi trust, your straw man, the legal assumptions and presumptions, the default Roman civil law system that's got you all guilty, us all guilty by default until we prove ourselves innocent. Example of that, do you plead guilty or not guilty? We don't plead. Statutory declaration, won't wipe my bum on it. No, thank you. Jesus, Jones, wait there, brother. My screen's dimmed. On orders of some rules, because yeah, right. Said it, Pete. Got that. For your child. Does the Anglo-Saxon ideology apply to a Celt legally? Yes. Can I, as a Scot, yes, use your beneficiary system of common sense and law? It's not common sense. Yes, yes, yes. Go on to Indie Channel, please, and look at the videos of liked or Justinian Deception. Go and look at that. Look at my sovereign videos in there. Apologies for the early ones. They are basic and amateur, and I'm in all kinds of states because I'm in servitude and just very tired, but I'm angry and emotional. There's a lot of transformation gone off there, guys, but yes, you can. The Scottish, you're ruled by Westminster. I've been advising somebody called Brother Kevin about traffic infractions and stuff and rules using the court and the ruling of law. So trust and equity is global. It's like it's throughout the precipice. Whoa, did I say that? Sorry. It's just cognitive dissonance. It's on the plane. It's in the it's all around. Every court, 99.8% of the courts are all to L London Temple BAR Roman civil. So yeah, you can use that in Scotland, no problem. This is for everybody's remedy. On the bottom of the certificate of birth, the birth certificate, it says your birth certificate. Sorry, it says warning not to be used as evidence of identity. So you got that certificate and you've got that, then you're in a trust. You've been put into the trust. Eye of Creator, hello all. Aye. You just caught a cheeky one, to be fair. Do a live broadcast on the 21st, please. What's happening, studs? Why, yeah, we can do request on the 21st. What day? 3 days away. On the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And what are we doing? The Sun Yearly Meridian. Wow, I can't believe I didn't know that. Dave, did you find anything on about a pocket of land? What do you mean on a pocket of land? No, clearly can't remember anything about that. That's some time ago. No, not at all. Pocket of land, land tenure, 1066, Doomsday Book, land registry. What else is there now? 1876 Adjudicator Act, is it? 18 something Adjudicator? No, that's nothing to do with it. I got a message come through. Let me just check that a minute. That might be important. If when we get scared, winks. What about when we? What's that? Why we blink? He's a weirdo. Sheffield, brother Matt in Sheffield. Yeah, we'll see about that. 21st, we'll look at that. Yes, sir. Shindig. Yes. Well, good broadcast, brother. Right, that's it. I'm done. 43 minutes then. Thank you. Peace and love, guys. Just to make a note of some of them words and have a look at them, yeah. And look at the lists. Give me your relevant comments. Neurochemistry, the endocrine system, sacred geometry, vibrations, cymatics, transformation of the morphogenic field that transcends the mutant-mortant paradigm, and reconnecting man to its mother planet, Plan ET, to the holistic space-time continuum. Man and the human race, our mother planet and the solar system are right now in the throes of an evolutionary period, and it's up to us. In 50 years from now, our blood will say, I wonder why uncle and such never bothered to do, and this, that, the other. We've got the World Cup distractions, we've got Tommy Nobinson distractions, we've got Brexit distractions, we've got, in case that isn't enough, we've got America and Korea distractions. Well, we don't need that. We're knuckling down and we're coming out with the remedies, and we're going to go public to private, and we're going to take as many of the mandem that want to come with us, and we will still cater and facilitate, but things have got to change drastically. We're seeing drastic changes now. We're not seeing anybody being held to account for crimes. Crimes are being committed on a horrendous scale, and I can't believe the things that you guys are ringing me up about, saying, talking to us about on the cuff. Not, everything's available, time permitting, and we do a lot of free chats and networks and link ups and hangouts and messages and platforms that we're on. It's unreal. So it's just thank you, and be aware and beware. I'm going to be back soon with some hangout material, with heavyweight hangouts, and what else have we got on the pipeline? Stuff for the promotions of the solstice is next. And yeah, just keep an eye on the website, give me your feedback on there. Really appreciate a few of you to go on and make some accounts. I know a lot of you are on there. I'm not you know, too familiar with all the names here because I'm quite tired, but yes, don't forget you are all ancient historical descendants of ancestors past. Yes, we are. The 202 ones, the 25. Hey, type too fast. I do that sometimes. Keyboard warriors. I feel it. Let's do it, brothers. Yes, I. Thank you very much. Peace out. I am now going to retire, literally. Give me that. Nice one, guys. See you soon. Much love.